Good morning, everybody. This is Dee Dee with Power 3 Trading. I'm not here just to teach you the strat, but teach you how to profit from the market using the strat techniques. If you have any more questions regarding the strat, please reach out to my guy, Rob Smiths at Smiths in the Black channel, Rob in the Black on Twitter, or at sepiagroup.com. Okay, so today will be about training day, but we will go over we will go over some of the broadening the broader market. We'll look at Apple, and we'll look at some of the gappers. It's been earnings week, right? So we had a couple gappers yesterday, so we're going to look at that. We also will look at Apple and Amazon. How about that, guys? Both beat on top and bottom line. So the market will. It's Friday. Last day of the month, last day of the week, obviously. So month is nice and green, so we will not be looking for a short unless we get broader market sell-offs. So we'll have to see if they hit some exhaustion and maybe we get a reversal. So we'll take a look at that. But let's just start with the cues. Let's see what happened yesterday. Market, and we're going to talk about it as we do our training. So yesterday was day one of our 2-day candle, right? 3-day continuation, 2 up. So what we saw, and how beautiful was that? The market traded down to this level and reversed right at the 60-minute flip. That was an interesting trade. And where did we get this level from? Aha. So maybe just blow this up for a minute so we can see that. So how great was this, guys? So price had gapped up, had this kicker on the prior day after Fed announcement. And then yesterday, we weren't sure what we were going to get because the last Fed announcement, the day after, and market sold off. So here we had this 2 up hanging man pattern. So we just drew our broadening formation here and here, right? This was a 2 up candle. Price had already traded inside that range, but we left our lines, right? We left our trend lines because we were looking for price to trade up to this range. So we just kept that. So what did it do yesterday? It opened right, let's see, the open was 306.59. High here, 306.56. Opened just above this range, traded down to this level. High here is 303. It traded down to 302.75 and reversed, guys. What about that? SPY, and we'll talk about how we would have entered that trade. Same thing. We drew our broad information on the low. We knew price action had to close this gap. It did yesterday, guys. It traded up the prior day, but it didn't close above this range. Yesterday it did. So you can see it's hitting right here in our broadening formation, which is this little hanging man here. Tapped that yesterday, but before it did that, very similar. It opened just above this range, traded down. This was an outside bar. So the high here was 397.03. It traded down to 398.15 and reversed. IWM. Now, I didn't have all the lines drawn here, but we said price had to gap. Had to close this gap here. Again, it actually opened above this range, traded down. I didn't have my lines drawn here. There's a 2 up here. It got pretty close there. Let's see. We were to draw this. Hang on a second. See if I can see here. We had to draw that. It did not take this because this was our gapper here, right? It traded down, did not trade to this level, which is a high of 181.55. Trade down to 181.76, got close, and then up. and now looking to take this range. All right, so the market was a interesting open, but we're going to make this a training day. I set this up just for today, and maybe we'll look at it every day. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I don't like the U's and the D's. It's just the chart is just too busy, but I did this for you. This was my list from yesterday. And we're gonna talk about, so kind of a switch from what I was doing before, guys, starting today. So we're gonna kick this off. And we'll do it in more detail next week. So this will be probably a short vid. But what I want to show you guys is we're going to start talking about how we're getting into these trades. My goal is to profit from the market in the first 90 minutes. How do we do that? We have to get signals in that first 30 before the price starts to trade inside. And that becomes more difficult. And so we don't always get these type of setups, but when we do, we want to try to capitalize on them. So I just want to show you what the best setups look like when you're trying to trade the open. Because again, a lot of times you'll get that first 18 minutes that will just trade on the outside and just stay in that outside. And what you see, and I'm going to contrast that with Meta and Etsy. So Meta and Etsy were gappers. All right, Tesla, Nvidia were just some of my regulars. IWM, SPY, Qs, SMH. I added SMH just because I trade the chip stocks like Qualcomm and Marvell and AMD, and obviously Nvidia. So I added that. All right, so here's what I want you to take a look at. Remember, we want inside bars or 2-2-2s, 3-2-2s, meaning in the first 15, 18 minutes, I'm looking for an inside bar or a 2-2-2 on the 6 minute. Now, you hear me say all the time, I don't trade in the first 15, 18 minutes. Using the 6 minute time frame, you're going to be either right before or right after that 15-minute flip. So it's either 10:42 or 45 or 48, right? So you're going to be right around that 15-minute flip looking for those signals. If you don't get one, that means you're not trading until after the 18-minute flips and probably after the top of the hour. Okay, because now you're looking for trying to get your signal off of a 18-minute candle. So here are examples. So this was yesterday's trade, yesterday's setup. Here are examples of what the best opportunities to trade the open looks like. You want price to go, so these were all, which is amazing to me. So, okay, let me talk about my scripts first before I go there. All right, so I'm going to just blow up the Qs because they're all the same. That's NVIDIA, it doesn't matter. All right, so here are my scripts, guys. You already know about my CCI. This is average daily range. We'll just blow that up. This is average daily range. This is how I configured. I just have the high ADR high and low. All right. This white line is today's open. The orange line is yesterday's low. The green line is yesterday's high. And then these other check marks are just the labels for those. High, low, open. Okay, high, low, open. All right, so that's this script, multiple time levels. And you can see them here. I'll just have them here. This is TradingView, so all these scripts are on TradingView. This is, so how I get my yellow and white candles are using this script, actionable signals. Okay, and I'm pretty sure all of this is in my blog on power3trading.com. The using the D's are here, candle type with 2 up, 2 down. So I don't use the 1 and the 3. And I actually could, but I think he uses I. That's what it was. That he uses I's and O's. I don't think I can change that. Or maybe I could. Oh, because then I can just say, just use this guy. Then we can just use this guy. The other 1s and 3s come from this script here. So let's do this. Eliminate and make, I need this white so I can see it. There we go. All right. So now we can eliminate this script. All right, so you don't necessarily need this script. So I'll just take it off and I'll clean up the rest later. All right, so those are my scripts, right? So 4 scripts, and then of course CCI down here. And I have it configured to chart. So time frame is chart. I have not changed to 20. And then the source I use high, low. So HLC is high, low, close. Okay, high, low, close. So I want CCI to adjust based on the high, low, and the close. All righty. So those are my scripts. Now, and so they'll be the same for all of these, of course, except that change that I just made is using the 2 up, 2 down script, using that for 3 and 1. All right, cool. So now take a look at this. Here's what I want you to pay attention to. This is the market open. And we're going to compare and contrast the good signals versus the not so good signals. And then we're going to look at those reversals. We'll start with the SPY. Remember, the green line here is that script is the high of the prior day. So what does the SPY do? It trades up to that line. So in the past, I would have drawn a broadening formation here, which we could still do. It looks a little different. Excuse me. And it would have, I'm gonna just blow it up here real quick. And it would have looked probably, yeah, that's on the 6. We wouldn't draw it on the 6. Yeah. It would have looked something like this on the 90. This is a 2 up, this is an outside bar. So in the past, I would have done something like this. And let's just see what that looked like on the 6 minute. Can barely see it, but can you see how that actually crosses just above our high of the day? So, and it holds obviously after it crosses back up. So listen, what we're going to do is we're going to go away from broad informations for a minute. We'll see how we can make this work. We're going to use this script. So I'm going to remove that. We're going to use these scripts: high of the day, low of the price, high of yesterday, low of yesterday, and average daily range. Now, here's what happened. Price traded 2 up. It did not take this high here. Then it traded 2 down. What of our, is this a signal? Yes, it is. 2 up, 2 down. Here's the open. The white line is the open, takes the day red. CCI gives us confirmation. This is below, because we want CCI to be below negative 100, below plus 100 to the short side, above negative 100 on the reversals. All right, so this was below 100. So you had a 2 up, 2 down. But here is the candle that I'm looking to take my signal, guys. This is the 42. This is going to be 3 minutes before your 15-minute flip and 6 minutes before your 18-minute flip. So this is the candle I'm looking for my trigger when I am, Just realized had to make this adjustment. You were looking at my chest the whole time. All right, so here's the time frame. I'm sorry, the time frame I'm looking to take my entry. So what does that mean? The signal is 2-2 or 2-1-2, 3-1-2 on the 6 minute. We're taking our entry right before that, maybe before that 15 or right at that 15-minute flip. And I'm going to show you what that looks like on the 3 minute and the 15-minute. All right, so, but because I use a 6, it looks like it's right before that 15-minute flip. And in some cases it is. Okay. All right. So you had a 2 up, 2 down. I'm not taking it here, right? I'm taking it that last 6 minutes in this candle because my signal is 2-2, 2-2, 3-1-2. This was actually a 3-2-2. I don't prefer that. 2-1-2. I'm looking for inside bars or 2 ups, 2 downs on the 6 minute candle that take the day red. In this case, if it were long, it's taking the day green. So trading down and back up. All right, so here's what we saw. The SPY, 2 up, 2 down, 2 continuation. I like this trade. This was an outside bar, 2 down, but the broader market was selling off. Look at your CCI right here. Crossing over. I like that trade. IWM actually traded 2 up, 2 up, 2 back down, cross back over. Soon as this turns red, I'm not going to take it here. So here's the difference, guys. We want price to go take the day. So this is the open. So this is literally the first 15, 30 minutes of the open. So we have to think about, we want price, if we're trading in this 2-2 on the shorter time frame, we want the day to flip. The day is green here. The day is green here. The day is red here. Continuation. The day is green here. The day is red here. Continuation. The day is red. This was the open on SMH. It goes outside, takes a 6 minute candle from the prior day, goes outside and inside. Now you can take the low of that inside candle. You're already red on the day. Do you see the difference? Here, I'm not taking it here. I'm taking it here, red on the day. Tesla, inside, 2 up, inside, red here. I'm taking it red on the day. That'll keep you out of trouble. Does that necessarily mean price is going to trade down to these average daily ranges like they actually did yesterday? It was beautiful. No, that doesn't mean that. But here, and here again, NVIDIA, 2 up, inside, here was the open. You can barely see that little white line here. Looks a little off to me, but anyway, soon as this, so here's your candle here. So it turns it red, boom, day red, you're in. So on these, because SMH really, well, yeah, SMH, SPY and Qs were already red when I got that next 6 minute flip. So again, what are my signals? Inside bar, 2 up, 2 down, 2 up, 2 down, red, short. Inside bar, red, short. Inside bar, red, short. Here's the difference between those, and let's look at Meta. Meta and Etsy were gappers. Gappers. So we're not going to take this 2 up. So looking at Etsy, this was 2 up, big green candle here, 2 up, 2 up. Then it goes 2 down. We're not going to take this guy. Look at this. The open was way down here, way down here. So we're not going to take this 2 up, 2 down on this candle. You can see the difference. It's just, there's just no momentum to do that. And of course, CCI hadn't crossed over, but there was just no momentum to do that strong move. And we're going to look at that on a longer time frame. Meta was not a reversal at all. It went two down, two down, two down. So I have these D's and U's just for visual effect, so you can see how the market is moving, and you can visualize the two downs and the two ups, okay? All right, so two down, two down, two down. It crossed back above ADR here, and you can see that was actually the time at the 60 flip when the market said, yeah, and I think on SMH, some they went 3 up, and I was like, oh, that was nice. All right, so we're going to take this 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, and now we're using CCI. So how are we going to trade this, guys, when we don't know what our targets are? So first, ADR, if price trades down to ADR, will be your target. If you see price going against you, right, we'll have to look at this on our 18-minute flip, goes inside 18, we're going to exit. So remember, this is your first 18 minutes. Then it goes inside, like NVIDIA. So NVIDIA doesn't hit ADR here. Then it goes inside. I think it maybe even go 2 down, but we're going to flip over here. I'm going to look at that. Here's your next triangle. You had a 2 down. So 2 down, inside bar, 2 down, continuation. Reversal here in the 6-minute goes 2 up. And now you have your 18-minute flip right here, 2-2 continuation. CCI is below -100 on the 6-minute. But you see how these body of these candles are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and then finally you get a 2 up right here at the bottom of the hour, guys. This is your 60 flip. You get this 2 up at the bottom of the hour. If you're not already out of this trade, you should be. You got your 60 flip, it TTOs here, goes outside and goes 2 down on the 60 just to screw with people, and goes straight up. Okay. And so now we're going to flip over to a longer time frame. So I want you to see this now on 15-minute. And the difference and what that looks like. So remember, SPY was a 3, 2 down. No, it was a 2 up, 2 down, 2 down continuation. And you can see it went outside on that 15-minute. Q's was a 3, 2 down, 2 down continuation. And you see how that looks, and why it's so difficult to get into these trades after that first 15, 18-minute flip if you don't get price going 2 up on the 15, 2 down. So remember, every time frame has a range and an actionable signal. So on the 15-minute, this becomes a 2 down, 2 down. So if you're using a 15-minute as your actionable signal, there's no signal here. 3, 2, no signal here. Aha. Why was this a great trade? Because now on the 15-minute, if you say, well, Dee, I don't want to try to get in before that first 15, I'm just going to use a 15, 18-minute flip. I'm going to use the 15-minute or the 18-minute for my signals. You see the difference? This is a signal. This is not. That's a 3-2 continuation. 2-2 continuation, 2-2 continuation. NVIDIA was a small signal, but you can, looking at SMH, you can see it TTO'd, triangled you out if you had gotten on here, because it got that little doji, which is why I put the SMH on my charts. But here you see on IWM and Tesla, 2 up, 2 down, 2 up, 2 down. This is a 2 up, 2 down. The biggest difference is the size of that body. These looks like shooters, and this looks like a full body candle. traded all the way up there, came down, doesn't look as much of a shooter. Shooters usually have a long, and hammers have a long wick and a small body. So a hammer would be just the opposite, with a longer wick with a smaller body. So you can see, let me flip back over on the 6. Getting in up here would have been important, right? Getting in up here would have been ideal. Catching that just before. But unfortunately, guys, it doesn't always work. But I wanted to share this with you. If you're waiting for the 18 or 15-minute flip, you want to see shooters. If you are trying to get in prior to that on the 6-minute, this is where I start my day. I am looking, because again, I'm going into the 15-minute flip on these, right? Because this is at 9:42. So I'm going into my first 15-minute flip when I get into this trade, but that's why it's important. You don't just trade anything. You've got to get these setups because you need the range. So it's a 2 up, 2 up, 2 down. As soon as this goes red, and now you can look at your prior day and you can see, okay, it's got to take this guy out. Yeah, it does. 2 up, 2 up. It's got to take this 2 down here. It's got to take this 2 down here. You got this 2 up. Now you got this outside bar, 2 up, outside bar. So if it takes the low of this, trades back into this range, maybe it goes lower. It came close and then traded right back to the upside. All right, so now here's what I do. First 60 minutes, I'm here on this 6-minute, right? Because I'm trying to get make profit in the first 90 minutes of trading, but I do understand there's a 60-minute flip. So in that first 60, and it's a 6-minute candle. So in that first 60, right, you got 10 candles. You're trying to figure out where would be a good entry point to get into this trade. That 60-minute flip, guys, I'm flipping. Now, I don't use the 15 per se. I prefer the 18, and you can see the difference in those trades, which is why I got to get in there if I can get a good signal on that first 6 minutes, because, and I'll show you, there are days when you just don't get the signals and you have to wait. Otherwise, you're going to get chopped up. All right, so here's now first 60 flip over to your 18-minute. And this is where I stay the remainder of the day. And what we're looking for is reversals, right? So we got, so if price continues to trade 2 down, 2 down, and I'll show you my other time frame. This is just my short list. So this stays up all day because I'm looking for opportunities from different stocks, right? So this stays up all day. But then I'll show you my multiple time frame, that I typically do in all my videos. All right, but here's where we are for the rest of the day, guys. And we're looking for a reversal on that 60 flip, and it was a beaut. So again, the actionable signal has not changed. It's 2-2 or inside bar, but now instead of on the 6-minute and that first hour trading, it's on the 18-minute. So what did we get yesterday? We got some beautiful, this was a beautiful hammer reversal here, right at 10:42. So remember, the flip was at 10:30, but because I used the 18-minute time frame instead of, so this is what it would look like on the 15. This would have been at 10:45. So here is your reversal right here at the bottom of the hour, right? Right at 10:45. I'm sorry, right at 10:30, you saw your reversal. 10:45, you saw your continuation to the upside. All right, but I'm on the 18-minute, but you can certainly use the 15. And here's what you see. So this was that SMH and NVIDIA. So that's what I meant. It goes inside, comes back down. You can see that on the 18-minute time frame. But now here we have our flip. So at 10:30, I have an alarm set because the 18-minute flip happens at 10:42, right? So this is 10:24 here. So that's 2 down continuation. So that's right before the 30 flip. So the next flip is at 10:42 after the bottom of the hour. So at 10:30, I have an alarm that goes off that says, flip to the 18-minute chart. Now I have better visual. You can certainly stay on 6 minutes, but that's a long time from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. To try to trade off of a 6-minute time frame. Here I put it on the 18-minute, I have better visual, and now I'm just looking for continuation, reversal continuations off of this. Once price trades back above, remember, we look for reversals off of the average daily range, and this just absolutely worked great. But that doesn't mean price will trade up to the average daily range for the day. SPY, it actually traded above it. Qs traded right to it. SMH traded to it. IWM traded to it. NVIDIA, Tesla, not so much. So you have to be aware of that. Just because the broader market, not everything is going to trade with the broader market, not everything is going to trade against it either. And so here's what you have to be aware of. If we're not drawing our broad informations, you can see here is our opening. Price traded back up to this open in reverse. So if you see the market failing, so here was your reversal, 2 down, this would become a 3, right? 2 up, 2 up, 2 up, inside bar, CCI changes directions. So that's why I want you guys to start monitoring your CCI. When on the 18-minute flips, when CCI starts to change directions, market is probably reversing on you. Don't have to wait for that to happen, but you want to be aware when the market. So here SMH went 2 up and then traded closed 2 down, reversal signal. So just be aware, start to look at because we're going to be doing this without BFs, guys, without broad informations. So that means if you're going to make this work for yourself, pay attention to your CCI. When you see CCI changing their trend, go ahead and find opportunities to exit trades if you're in them, and maybe re-entering on 2-2s when you see price starting to trend back up in your favor. Now, what still holds true is you have to stay outside of the in the 60s and the 90s. Once price goes inside 60 or inside 90, it's difficult to trade. It is difficult. And so here's what you see here. Again, the signals don't change. It doesn't matter which time frame you're on. 2 up, 2 down. We're not shorting this. We're not shorting this. You have this big green candle. You have to think about on a 60-minute time frame, if this is going to take this out. And this is actually at what, 12:30? This is your 12:30 flip. This is your open. If you flip this over to a 3-hour candle, this is what you see. Big old doji. 2 down. Guys, the signals don't change. 2 up. All right, so the signals don't change. We're looking for 2 down, 2 ups, or 2, 1, 2, and trading off an inside bar. But my faves are the 2 2s, right? Not this 2. We're not going to take this 2 because you have this to contend with. You have this big 2 down bar. You have to say, hey, am I going to be able to take that out? Not with CCI sitting up here. CCI is above 100 on this trade. Here you see it traded down. Look at the signal here, guys. 2 up, 2 up, 2 down. This was the open in 60. You can use your prior day. All right, so just be aware of your signals at all times. 2 down, 2 up. If you're looking at the 90, that was a TTO. So here's your 1230 flip on the 90. Here's your 1230 flip on the 90. Not going to take this guy. This is a 2 up. You'd have to wait for that to form. Maybe it goes inside and a potential reversal, which means you wouldn't be looking at it again into the 2 o'clock flip. But this is still, this would have been an inside 90 versus the 60 that traded 2 down. Okay. All right. So then it had the 4-hour flip right here, and it went straight up. All right. So the signals don't change. You just have to be aware of magnitude and be very diligent about what you're seeing, because this was still inside day. This was all inside day, which is amazing to me. This was all inside day. The day did not go green until the 4-hour flip. I mean, the day did not go outside 2 up until the 4-hour flip. Okay. So then that becomes now to continuation on the daily. How about that? All right. So we're close to time. I said this is going to be a short vid. It is not. All right. So here was, I want to show you guys that one. Let's see here. Let's go down. Let's bring up the other chart. I didn't have the drawings on the other chart. Okay, so here we go. So here is what we drew on Etsy. And you can see, again, CCI crosses down here, right back up, right at that same 1030 flip as the rest of the market. Still traded below here, but above here. Didn't like the trade. I didn't trade it. I didn't like the gapper. I didn't like the gapper. So you had 2 up, 2 up, 2 down. No reversal here. No red can't, didn't take the day red. So it's still inside 90. Trades back up and close up on the 90. And then you had your 90-minute flip, but I did not get into that. And then Meta. And you can see how it traded. We drew our broadening formation though on Meta from the prior day. But like I said, guys, if we had our I had I'm turning that to white. And yesterday's high and low. Okay. Oh, turn it on. There we go. All right, those lines are big. Let's make these smaller. All right, you can change the size of that. That's gonna see. All right, here we go. So you can see we had drawn our broad information off of that low of the prior day, and you can see how well it traded against that BF. I'm still a fan of broad informations, guys. I am still a fan, and you can see how Meta traded up to that lower broadening formation, back to that lower broadening formation and fell. It never came back inside the prior day. So we're going to have to use our signals in CCI if we're not going to draw those broadening formations, right? CCI comes back down, trends back below. So you can see this move. You're trading that up. Now you got to trade this back down, topping out. You can see it topping out. And you see that trending back down. Just got to get out of that trade. So if you're not going to see broadening, use broadening formations, you're going to have to find another way to help you with your exits, but we're not going to hold them. Okay. All right. So we had Apple and we had Apple. Did I close something? Oh, no. Yeah, it did. It closed. We had Apple and Amazon bringing the market up today. And so I'll just give you a brief kind of what I see. Nice gap around these guys. I'd be looking to see if the market, I mean, you're way up into this range here on Amazon. So I'd be looking to see, okay, I'm having a bit of a challenge here. I'm gonna have to move this guy. Yeah, here we go. All right, so I'd be looking to see if, yeah, let's see. All right, so Amazon's got a hold above, let me draw this range here. It's already trading above, I gotta blow this up. It's already trading above this outside bar. I need to be able to see my broad information. Yeah, so I guess as long as, because this is a weekly, guys, today is Friday, it's end of the week. And so I'm on the weekly chart. It's already up in this range. You have this outside bar here. And so maybe it holds this level. So if price trades and holds above 130, 150, it's already at 135. So what's the ADR on Amazon? Nice move. All right, so 122.27, 119. Really? $3? 119. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Jeez. 115.32, 119. So about $4, 119, 123. Okay, so about $4, guys, and it's already above that, right? And so we'll look to see. It's already $15 over its prior day close, and the ADR is about $4. This kicker may go, and then I'd be looking at these levels here. So it's already above this level. So if it stays above, what's that, 133, and then you got this outside bar here, 143, another $10. So I'd just be careful with that. See if we don't get a reversal, because it's already well above its ADR. So let's see where ADR settles in. Keep in mind, CCI. So CCI is strong on 60. I mean, it's above, yeah, and so it'll be above 100, guys. It was above 100 yesterday. So just keep that in mind. You may not get a reversal today, all right, but it certainly could trade higher or in a tight range. So I would be leery of that. And then Apple, same thing. Okay, CCI will be above 100. It's the last day of the month. And it's Friday. So same thing here, guys. I'd be looking for it can stay target about 166. It's at 161 now. So if it trades this high at 166.48, so this is the outside bar. So if it continues to trade higher, 166 about be my target. But same thing with Apple as Amazon. Okay, so let's just be diligent. Use good use your due diligence. Be careful. Don't jump into these gappers. Let's let the market do what it's going to do. And if it trades reversals, let's use our CCI. And the market has to turn. I want to see that daily turn red. That daily doesn't turn red, I'm okay with waiting, right? Until we get a signal on a longer time frame. All right, so Proverbs 21:5, the plans of diligent lead surely to advantage. Everyone who is hasty comes surely to poverty. Hang in there, guys. Happy Friday. Thanks for joining and take good care, everybody. We'll see you next week.